Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Last Page podcast. We are your hosts, Mariana and Nikki.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the pod. And
Welcome, welcome.
Turkey Week, everyone. Gobble,
Happy what
gobble.
week? Oh, Turkey Week, I know.
Gobble,
Ugh,
gobble. I've
we
already
were
had.
just talking about
Oh, go ahead.
how I don't know if we'll do anything for Thanksgiving this week here.
I feel like you have to make a Thanksgiving dinner. Like a mini.
Do I?
Yeah, just like a
But
couple
that's the
sides.
thing, though. Like, here's the thing, and I've told a few people this today that have asked. I'm Mexican, and we don't eat turkey for Thanksgiving.
Oh, right,
We
right, right.
eat tamales. So it's like I can make turkey for who?
Well,
For no,
Ben,
that's not my tradition.
I feel like, has he ever had like a proper Thanksgiving dinner, like turkey stuffing, mashed potatoes, corn, like all that?
I don't know, but
Beans,
that's not my
greens,
problem.
tomatoes, yams, hams, hogs, logs. You know that song.
Yes, and I loved it. It like will stick with me now for the rest of the week. Thank you for that.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be solo dolo this Thanksgiving, so I am going to attempt to cook a feast.
I'm gonna
Um,
go to my parents' house.
well, sans the turkey, I will be cooking sides. So I've got here's what's on deck.
Are you gonna
Uh,
make roast chicken?
I'm
You
going
make
to
chicken?
buy a rotisserie chicken, which is really
Perfect.
the ultimate hack for Thanksgiving. I would like to tell that to everyone. Also, side note, if this light is too bright, you guys let me know because I changed the light bulb and it's so bright now in the background.
Yeah, and if my microphone doesn't work, it's because I also changed my settings in my microphone. And if there's a glare, it's because I have glasses on, in case no one noticed.
They're like, you guys are on episode, what is this, 38 or something of the podcast and you still have problems? Yes, we do. We're just
Yeah,
girls,
literally
so
every
just
day.
leave us alone.
Stop.
Anyways, okay, here's what's on the docket. So roast chicken via rotisserie chicken. Corn casserole, sweet potato casserole, mac and
Yeah,
cheese, and stuffing. I think I can
that sounds
execute all
like
four of those.
so heavy.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, and broccoli. I said I would do broccoli, so we can have
Oh,
some
perfect.
some greens. But greens, beans, potato. I don't really like green bean casserole, so that's out. I mean,
I
corn.
love
Well,
green
sweet potatoes are
beans.
good for you, and corn's
I
good for
love sweet
you.
potatoes.
But I am doing sweet
I love
potatoes slathered
cornbread.
in brown sugar, butter, and marshmallows. So I don't know that that's very good for you, but
That's green bean casserole.
no, sweet potato casserole. It's
Oh,
so good. It's Ricky's favorite
see,
side
that's
dish.
not for me. Like none of that is for me. Give me tamales.
Well, yeah, tamales,
Yeah.
of course, but a sweet potato casserole, you'd love it. It's so good.
I honestly don't think I have ever in my whole life had sweet potato casserole
I mean, I had
or
never
any
had
type
it.
of casserole.
No, you've had to have had some casserole. I mean, casserole, I guess, is kind of like not really, we're not really into casserole in my family, I will say. But the
Yeah.
sweet potato
Anywho,
casserole, I learned from Ricky's family, and it tastes like candy. It's like dessert, basically. It's literally
ugh,
like sweet, like marinated sweet potatoes in like brown sugar and butter, and with marshmallows
no,
on top. It's so yummy. It's like pie, kind
no,
of. You like it?
no. I mean, respect. That's not
No,
my
no.
Thanksgiving, I'll tell you that. Not my Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm probably gonna, I don't know that I can execute all that properly, but I'm gonna do my best.
I know you will. I know you will try your best. And Ricky will say, that's
Yeah,
delicious.
he's, regardless of what I feed him, he's gonna love it. Well, I did tell him he's gonna have to help, to which he said yes, he would. He's a good chopper, so I'll probably set him up with
Okay,
some chopping.
cute.
But all of those are pretty easy. So, guys, hope
Yeah.
you have a
I
really
will
delicious meal wherever you're at,
I will
whatever you're
probably
eating.
not. Oh my gosh, I know. Happy Thanksgiving, people.
Happy giving of thanks. It's giving
Yeah.
thanks. Or it's no, it's giving
Um,
season. That's what it is.
we were going to just check out, like, see if any restaurants around here were doing like some sort of roast for Thanksgiving. But anyway, we probably will not be celebrating, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't know that the
Unfortunately.
word celebrating necessarily even applies to Thanksgiving, really, but we like the meaning of it behind
Correct.
the
The
holiday.
gathering.
A gathering to give thanks. What are you thankful for this
Oh,
season?
oh my gosh, I did not prepare this in my script. What am I thankful for? Thankful
Your
for
beautiful, talented, funny best friend.
yes, I love Lindsay. I love her so much.
I literally knew you were gonna say that. Whatever, I love her
I
too.
love
It's fine.
Lindsay. No, I'm thankful for so many things. Like actually so many things. Like I can't believe I've been in London for almost a year. Like,
Dude,
okay,
that's
cool. Sure, time flies
crazy.
and here I am another year older.
Yeah.
Um, Yesterday I was thankful for eye drops because my eyes have been hurting, hence my glasses. Hubba hubba. But yeah, I don't know, health. I mean, I was sick, so shoot.
Well, I guess when you're
Um,
getting better from being sick, you're really thankful for your health.
exactly. Yes, my family, my sister, my dad, my mom, all my dogs, all four of them. Nikki, the pod, you guys, all of you
The
listening.
pod was
Thank
from
you.
2025. This is the year of the last page pod.
I know it's crazy. Allegedly, we'll get like a wrapped, but we'll see
Oh my
on
gosh.
Spotify.
We need to do like a big bash for the 1 year. If you guys have any ideas of how we can celebrate our 1 year
Ooh, yeah.
anniversary, our 1 year pod anniversary, it's coming up in February. So we're gonna have to do like an
Okay.
extravaganza episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll live stream for 24 hours.
I would love nothing more.
That'll be fun.
I feel like I'm hearing my cat being suspicious. Sorry for that big pause.
It's the plumber again.
Yeah, remember last? Well, no, guys, we recorded out of order, so just get an Easter egg is coming up in a couple episodes when the cute electrician or maintenance guy came to my house while we're recording. I was like, oh shit,
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
he's
We're
gonna
going
think I'm
back
a
in
cam
time,
girl.
similar to the characters in our book.
Yes, today is book club. Yeah, I have a feeling for some reason that we're not going to have necessarily a lot of listeners on this specific episode. So I hope you guys, if you're here, just know that we love you so much. We are indeed doing November book club for the Ministry of Time. Didn't seem to be the most fan favorite popular book of the year, but there's a lot to discuss. So don't you
There's a
worry.
lot to discuss. I could see why. I too almost didn't listen to this episode
You
because
almost DNF'd this real quick, I will say.
I almost was like, I Nikki, I can't do it. And then you just, I guess I just forced myself. But here's
Hmm.
why. And I'll talk about it up front. We can dive into the episode unless you want to talk about something. Oh, I wanted to talk about your 75 hard. We'll talk about the episode in one second.
Yeah. Okay. Finish or catch up and then we'll talk. So, guys, I'm doing 75 hard. Really big news. You're probably like, wow, we would have never expected that from you.
Well, you're
You
locked
know,
in.
I'm locked in. I'm already a week in. Very exciting. I will say I'm not actually doing 75 hard. I'm doing like 75 hard Nikki's version because the original 75 hard is crazy. So if you guys are familiar with that, I've modified it quite a bit. I will tell you my rules. So I have to drink 2 full, like Stanley size 40-ounce waters a day, which has proved to be one of the most difficult things. I've gotten kind of used to it, but the first 2 days I was miserable. I've been peeing so much. So I'm doing 2 of those. I'm doing 1 like planned form of movement a day, which ideally I would love it to be like a normal workout, like a full workout, but I've also counted that it could be like a 30-minute walk, like a tough, like 12 to
Yeah.
30 on the treadmill, or a 30-minute stretch, like a deep stretch. And then I'm also doing 10,000 steps a day, which has also been the second hard thing. Those 2 are the hardest. I'm reading 25 pages of a book a day, no audiobook, reading 25 a day, and then no soda and no sweet treats, like no dessert, unless I'm in like a group, setting, fun time, holiday,
Yeah.
special occasion. Because I'm like, I'm not missing out on Thanksgiving pie, Christmas cookies. Like that's not happening. But no like
Yeah.
solo dolo dessert at home in bed kind of vibe. And I will say it's actually going quite well, except for that it's taking me so long to hit 10,000 steps every day. It's like actually miserable.
I
I'm having
know.
every single night. I'm like, well, I have to go walk on the treadmill for 20 more minutes. Like literally the other night we were at a Friendsgiving. We didn't get home until like 11:30 p.m. I was like, well, I still need 2,000 more steps. I'm down on the treadmill at 12:30 at night. Because
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's because and Ricky's doing this with me, but the rule that we've implemented is that if you don't do it one day, you got to start over from the beginning. And I said, I'm
Yeah.
absolutely not doing that. We have checkpoints. So after day 25, you like reset to 25.
Yeah.
Or day 50, you reset to 50. Anyway, guys, I'm determined. I would love to hit it all in one go and just do all 75 in a row. That's my goal. We'll see. But I will say, regretfully, I am already feeling a bit better.
It's annoying, isn't it? It's
feeling
the
pretty
water
good.
thing.
It's
like
the
when you
water,
drink
and I think
water.
it's the steps. Like it's forcing me to be active, especially too because I'm on my period right now. Like I'm on day 4
Yeah.
of my period. Oh my God, I was miserable completing this over the weekend, but I really do. And the no sweets, like I feel pretty
It's
good.
so annoying. I
Yeah, it's
hate
annoying.
that.
So if anyone needs motivation, just know that you're gonna be so angry the entire time you do it, but it really makes you feel good. So we're
Yeah.
getting wedding
And
ready.
what were you saying? We were talking earlier, and you were saying how like how do people work out and have a job and make dinner and make all their meals
It's
and drink what? It's
insane.
like how do you do everything?
Well, I feel like I have no time in the day. Like 10,000 steps is
Yeah.
like 4 miles. It's like I don't have time to be walking for an hour and a half every day. So I've been
Yeah,
trying to
it's
read
insane.
on the treadmill. Also, here's another hot tip. If you guys ever want to read while walking on the treadmill at the gym, you have to get a Kindle clicker because
Oh
then you
yeah.
can just prop your Kindle up and walk with your clicker, and it is amazing. And I get so much reading done that way. But yeah, it's a lot. It really is.
But it makes time fly by
It does.
reading on yeah.
It does.
Or audiobooking.
Yes, which I've been audiobooking on my outdoor walks, and then treadmill walks, I opt for the Kindle or
Oh,
like
that's
being on
nice.
my phone.
Versus
But
because you're just staring at nothing and just on your audiobook on the treadmill.
yes, well, what I was going to ask you is I would love to talk about what, you're potentially in the market for Black Friday. But the other thing is, and what I would like to buy on Black Friday is like an Aura ring or an Ultra Human ring or something like that.
Oh, I know.
Because right now I have to carry my phone with me 24/7. Like I have to put my phone in my pocket all day, every day, because
Yeah.
that's what tracks my steps. So when
Yeah.
I'm on the treadmill, I can't use my phone to watch TV because it has to be in my hand or my pocket. So I have to be reading.
I know. I would like the Aura ring.
I would love
I
one.
would also, I have a Fitbit. I know it's like old school, but
Oh
like I did
yeah.
love my Fitbit.
Hmm.
I know obviously like Apple Watch or whatever, but like I feel like the Aura ring might be what I like, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
They're so expensive.
And it's the membership. Like you have to pay for the freaking membership
Well,
every
that's
month.
why I'm thinking about doing the Ultra Human because apparently it's the
What's that?
same. It's like a knockoff of the Aura Ring. I think it's a
Mm,
probably around the same price, maybe a little bit cheaper, but you don't have a membership. And then same thing with like I want to use it to track with natural cycles.
yeah.
Um, which I will say, I'm not one of those people that's like natural cycles is my primary form of birth control. Be safe, you guys,
Hmm.
because you got to be careful with that. But I want to use it for tracking, and I heard that with Aura Ring, you have to pay for a membership for that, but
Oh
with
yeah,
Ultra
it's like
Human, you don't.
additional. Yeah,
Yeah.
with yeah.
God, I'm
Oh,
like,
I
you're
don't know.
gonna
Let me
tell
know
me
what
when
you
I'm gonna
get because
upgrade?
I would like that. Maybe I'll try the Ultra Human, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know the price difference. I'm gonna look into it, but I think Black Friday might
Yeah.
be the time for me to procure one of those.
Yeah, it's very annoying. I think I'm in the market for new headphones. So I have
Mm.
my AirPods, fine. I just hate like things in my ear. So
Oh
I
yeah, it
think
hurts.
I'm gonna like delve into the over the hook like non in your ear ones. They like hook into
Oh,
your like the side of your ear
the like
and they
Bluetoothy
project
looking
the
ones.
music. Yeah,
Interesting.
I might try those, but I
See, I
am in the
worry
market
that
for that.
they'd like everybody else would hear what I got going on. Because even with these, when I'm listening to my books on my walk, I get shy because I'm like, people are gonna hear my smut.
Oh, yes, but I don't think they do. I tried some on at Best Buy when I was in LA, and Ben had them on and volume all the way up, could not hear a thing. I had them on, and I was like, "Wait, you
Oh,
really can't hear?" Yeah,
interesting. Okay, that's cool.
it's weird. So I might get some of those.
Love. Anything
Who
else
knows?
you're gonna get?
Well, we just got a
More
grinder for our
cardigans?
coffee. Huh?
I said more cardigans.
More cardigans. No, what did I buy? Oh, I bought stuff from freaking ASOS, like I told you guys, but I'm returning like half of it because it was too big. Like,
Oh, okay, skinny.
and I was like, okay, I'm tiny. Oh my gosh. No, it was
Yeah.
like it just with everything layered on. It's a very fine line between like a little potato and
Uh-huh.
like a classy little layer, you know? And
Yeah,
so I was
yeah, yeah.
giving a little potato.
Right, right, right. I feel that. Oh,
So
interesting.
that's it.
Okay. And you got a
Yeah,
coffee
but
grinder.
other than that, yeah, we got a coffee grinder. Sorry, I feel like I have to sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Um, haven't set it up. I'm looking at it right now. We got it on before we left for Vienna. Oh, guys, I went to Vienna. And now I'm
Casual.
back. Yes, casual, literally
You're
2 hour
like,
flights
oh, just going
over.
to Vienna for the weekend. I'm like,
It
yeah, I'll go
was
to
really,
Texas. I don't know.
yeah. Well, it was 2 hours, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So fun. Very, very, very cold, -5 Celsius. So do your own math, everybody.
Crazy.
It was freezing. I did wear my heat tech leggings under my jeans, and I wore my heat tech long sleeve under my top. and I wore my heat tech socks, and I was pretty warm, to be honest.
Okay.
So I have pictures that I'm gonna post on Instagram, but I loved it. It was like so fun and everything. We had goose for dinner. Sorry for vegetarian.
Goose?
Um,
I mean, I
weird, huh?
hate geese. So good. Eat them up. I'm so
Traditional
scared of geese.
Austrian meal,
Wow.
allegedly.
Was it good?
So yeah, it was pretty good.
Did it
Tasted
taste
like
like
duck.
chicken? Oh, like
Tasted
duck?
like duck.
I
Yeah,
don't know that I've really had duck that much. Maybe once or
like
twice.
darker bird.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, it was really fun, and we got back on Sunday, so Thursday to Sunday, not bad. Walked quite a bit, and then it was cold, and I couldn't feel my hands, and I couldn't feel my nose, and I couldn't feel my feet. So that was perfect.
Right. You need heat
I
tech
miss
gloves.
California, and people are like, "Oh, do you think you're ever gonna move back to California?" Yes. Like, you think it's gonna be cold every day? Like, you're kidding.
I will say it is the end of November, and this week it's supposed to be like a sunny 70 degrees most of the week. Maybe like a high 60.
Perfect.
Crazy. Although I will say it was like 62 degrees the other day and I was freezing. So we're really having a. Also, it was raining. Oh my God. It was raining for like 2 days in a row, and we really had a hard time down here in California. So
Well, let me say though, my parents' backyard flooded
shut up.
because you know how it's like on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
The
said it
down
flooded.
part flooded.
They actually had a rough two days of,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, the downstairs and the sides. It's just kind of funny the topography there.
Well, that's the weird thing about Southern California is like half of the freeway I feel like was kind of not flooded, but I felt like I was hydroplaning in my car because it's not
Yeah,
set up for
like that.
rain, you know? So it's
Yeah,
like even if it only rains for one whole day, like all of Costa Mesa gets flooded everywhere, like
yeah,
all Newport, anything that's like lower down by the ocean, it's all flooded. And it's
for
like,
flooding.
geez. Yeah, so
I
we're
know.
struggling.
What are you drinking? Oh my God, you went to Urban?
I went to Earth Cafe.
Oh yeah, Earth Cafe. Oh,
Yeah, and I was very because I was just in the area, you know, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get a little Earth Cafe. I'm very hesitant about their matcha because I was like, I don't know about this. It's actually really good. I got like I forget what it was called. It was like a matcha, Earl Grey, and rose situation.
oh.
Quite delicious, I will say. I
I'm
would get it
hesitant
again.
about their parking. I'm surprised you found any.
Well, you know, being there so early, I was there at like 10 a.m. and it was
Oh,
free and ready to
empty.
go. Yeah.
Perfect.
In Laguna Beach. You never
Um,
know, but it was a Monday at 10 a.m. So I was doing good.
that is true.
Oh, much to discuss. Should we jump in? Right. Is that how
Yes.
this book
That's
made you
another one of my
feel?
notes. I'm tired. You guys, I was sick. You won't know this, but on the last episode, which is will be a future episode for you, so welcome to the wild ride. I was sick and I am still kind of sick. So,
Hmm.
and I was sick in Vienna and I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being sick.
Being sick is actually the worst.
So I think it just makes me extra sleepy.
You need some nice stew or soup.
I made soup last week.
I love soup. Before we jump into the official episode, which, spoiler alert, we've just recorded the entire episode and forgot to do this, but we are inserting it before the discussion. We've got a book
And just
rack
know
of the
that
week.
there was tears that were shed. There was tears that were
This is a
shed,
good
many
episode,
laughs.
guys. Just know.
This is a good one. Like, look, can you see my eyes? They're red.
You're like, I've been crying.
Book rec of the week, you guys. I have the honor to give a shout out to our girl, Caitlin,
Hey,
who
Kaylin.
slid into the DMs like she does, and she said, "You
Oh.
guys, I love you so much." And I said, "I love you too, Caitlin." I did not say that.
Just
But
know we
she
love you.
said, if you love a hockey romance but want an emotional roller coaster, all caps, read Breaking Point by Mads Rafferty, Rafferty. And I looked it up, and I have seen this book all over my Kindle. And on Goodreads, it has a 4.1, and it's a hockey romance. So,
That is
hello?
right up your alley. Also,
Oh,
I
I
will
know. She
say,
knew. She knew I would read it. She
no,
knew I would see her DM.
I will say, not to like brag or anything, Mads Rafferty and I kind of go way back. This
Shut
author.
your mouth.
Yeah. So she is one of those like TikTok authors. She is from Australia, I'm pretty sure, or like South Africa or something. She's got a cute little
Okay.
accent and she's so beautiful. First of all, diva, queen. She wrote this book series that's a fantasy series first called Heir of Broken Fate, I think is the first one.
Oh,
Um,
no way.
but it's like Heir of Broken, da da da. Like that's the names of the books or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of them. I haven't gotten a chance to read them, but she's the one who wrote. Do you remember that book that I showed for October or like spooky season that had the haunted house on the front?
Deadly Occupants.
Yes, Deadly Occupants.
I'm looking her on Instagram.
Yes. So I think that Breaking Point is her newest release potentially and her first like contemporary romance from what I've heard. Anyways, she is so sweet. Love her. And
oh my God, she literally is so cute. Oh,
she's
thanks
so
for the
cute.
rec.
Yeah, so we'll have to give this a chance. I
Caitlin.
haven't read any of her books yet and I feel like such
Caitlin.
fraud. So Mads, sweet Mads, we will read your book. Caitlin, thank you for the rec.
She is in Australia. I think
Yes.
her location says GC, so Gold Coast. I think that's Australia.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, she has an accent. I thought she was Australian, but some of those accents are so similar.
She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to read this. Like, the way to my heart, girl.
Love.
I'm ready to dive in.
Okay. So, guys, welcome back to Book Club. November Book Club. We are reading / we just read The Ministry of Time by Kaliane Bradley. We can do like a little recap / chit chat before we dive in because first of all, actually, side note, did the main character have a name? Does anyone want to comment and let us know?
Figure it out.
Because we were looking for this and believe that she was an unnamed narrator, which kind of even gives us more symbolism. However, anyways, it's about this girl, this lady, and Graham Gore, who is obviously a veteran from the 1800s, I think it was, who was extracted from his expedition like in the Arctic and was time traveled into current time, and she was his bridge into the 21st century. And obviously, like on the surface, it's about time travel, but when we break it down, we'll go through a lot of the themes. It's very clearly not really about time travel. I feel like some of the pieces of it were like a play on like what would time travel be like in the future and what are the implications of it and stuff. But it's really more about immigration and race and like being like an expat in general, the struggle that somebody goes through when they've had like trauma of either fleeing or being forcefully extracted from their homes. It's a lot about that. And just the idea of being displaced within yourself and within your community. Yeah. Obviously, this is extremely relevant to what's going on in the US right now, which is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. We obviously want to approach this with care. We want you guys to know that we are very against what's going on very clearly.
100%.
100%. I feel like we haven't ever broached like a political topic on the podcast. We have our own personal beliefs that we can talk about elsewhere. But it's very important.
You can find them all over Nikki's Instagram, I'll say.
You can find them loud and clear all over my Instagram. Definitely not shy about it. But within the context of this book and episode, it's very important to us that you guys know where we stand on that. So,
yes.
Yeah, just know that we're against all this administration is doing, and we wish everyone well. Period. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I think that we'll talk about it more in like the themes that Nikki said. We like very obvious and on like face value, yes, time travel, but I think a lot of it had to do with, and it was the way that she wrote all of the little things and the thoughts that were behind the unnamed first person narrator, because we were kind of reading, I guess like in a way like her journal. She was like writing to herself of like, don't do this again kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to see how she referenced her family and like her family fleeing. And we'll talk about it through, I know Nikki has some really good quotes. Like we pulled some quotes just because I felt like it was very obvious to someone like me, but maybe not as obvious if you're just taking it as like, oh, she's just writing about her mom or this guy that they pulled out of literally the middle of his expedition thinking that they were saving him. But like, what were they doing? Like, it was all so selfish.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I feel like this is the type of book that's hard because there's so much symbolism and nuance that it's like, if you miss it, and we can talk about like the audiobook versus the reading part of it, but like it's hard because if you miss a lot of the nuance, I think it makes the story feel a bit more boring or like a bit more like, what's the point here?
Yeah.
Not that, you
or
know,
like
you couldn't
even
just find it boring in general, but
it was just obviously I mentioned in the beginning, like I almost didn't finish it, but I think it's because I'm like, well, I already know this. Like,
Yeah.
of course that's how she's thinking. Like, duh. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and what else? Like, okay, is this new to someone? Like, do people not think like this? But of
Mm-hmm.
course, not everybody comes from the same background as she did. So to me, it felt like no freaking duh. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
bored because I was listening to it and there was a lot of names and I was confused. But it was
Mm-hmm.
never about like the theme of the book. It was just kind of like, well, to me, that's like my everyday too. So like, yeah, duh. But
Yeah.
to someone that's like not understanding it or they kind of DNF'd it for whatever reason, it might just be because it is a little bit slower. And you do
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to empathize and sympathize with like her thought process, like her struggle, what she references, how that plays into how she treats others and the relationship that she has with Graham Gore. In the audiobook, they also say Graham, and I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay,
So
Graham, thank you.
yeah, like okay, Graham. But I also wanted to say because Nikki, did you read the afterword as well?
Oh, no, you told me to read it and I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Um, what I gathered because I ended up audiobooking like the first probably like 8 chapters and I was like Nikia, I was like I hate this, like I'm giving up. But then I ended up reading the rest of it because I was like, oh, it's like actually not that crazy. And if you guys have read the physical book, each in between some of the chapters there's like excerpts of Graham's expedition and like things that they had found and he's like reading it to you. So in the audiobook and in the book itself. And apparently he was a real person. And the reason why the author wrote about this is because she kind of discovered this through, I guess, like her love for history and then kind of became literally obsessed with Graham and the expedition and then built like a whole story around it. But I thought it was interesting that like this is a real person. And like,
Crazy.
yeah. So
Which I forget that like people had to live through stuff like that. Where it's like you literally were like on a ship in the middle of the Arctic and like stranded there and like fighting with
I
like
know.
I could never.
And that's how like you discovered things, I guess. Like
Yeah.
the world. It's like what's now known
Crazy.
as. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. And how he had to be told like, "Oh, the we don't say those things nowadays." And they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
like I get." You know,
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
like all the cultural differences and stuff is so interesting.
Yeah. I also thought it was kind of a play on like generations. So
Totally.
like when you have to correct your parents now when they say something that like you can't say that or you have to like someone that's a little bit older or they lived through something where yeah that was the everyday and the ordinary and now it's like well no you cannot you cannot
That's
say that anymore.
so I it's funny because I literally had a quote just about that exact thought poll. Okay, I found it. Okay, it was Graham talking to her about something, I don't know exactly what, but he said my England wasn't like this, but this was the natural evolution of his England. So it's like he's like, "Oh, this
Yeah,
is not what I'm used to." It's like even again with the current state of the world and the country and stuff, it's like, "Well, my country wasn't like this." And it's like, "Well, no, this is the evolution of that." You know, it's like
yeah,
things are always going to evolve and change. And I feel like that was also like an interesting piece to
yeah,
for him to see, like, oh, do we still do this? Oh, what happened after this? Like, what's going on?
yeah. And another quote that was kind of similar to that or like moment was when the shoot, what were they called? The Brigadiers, the people that
Mm,
had created the time machine that were from the future came back. So it was them traveling back in time, where Graham
mm-hmm.
was traveling in the future, and they were also like, "Wow, like it's amazing to see London like this. We've only ever heard of the Camden markets or whatever
Mm-hmm.
from when it was its prime, and obviously like it's turned to shit. Like they walk out of their door in current London and it's a chemical warfare. It was a civil war. So it was like
Crazy.
it was very, very meta to see. It's like,
Ooh.
okay, cool. That's where we're going to.
Ooh. This
So
book is spooky. I feel like I'm going to like it and change my rating more after we talk about it. I feel
yeah. Yeah, because we
interesting.
probably caught on to like so many different things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the way that we kind of broke this one down is more so on different
Thematic.
themes, yeah, like thematic moments, because it was less about the chronological order of things and more about the big themes. So the first one we want to touch on, obviously, is like the immigration and race piece, because I feel like that was the biggest one. And just how they used the idea of the difference in time travel as a way to kind of speak towards race and like how people are treated differently when they go somewhere, or the struggles that they face assimilating into a new culture.
Yeah.
And the quote that I
It's
found
like,
that
sorry,
best.
just
Okay.
on the overall theme of it. Like, it's so smart to like kind of compare the
Yeah.
two ideas. Like, I don't know. To me, I'm just like, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
that's like such a good way for you to portray that and make it face value
Hmm.
about time travel. But if you actually are listening, it's not about time travel at all.
Well, it kind of almost waters it down into like a palatable idea for people, because it's hard for someone like me whose family's been here for generations and who I've only ever grown up here and known this culture. It's like I don't understand how that would work for somebody. Like there's obviously only a degree to which I could be empathetic about it, versus if I
Yeah.
thought like, oh, you're going from, the medieval times into now, it's easier for me to conceptualize that in a way. So I feel like she kind of
Yeah.
makes it more palatable for people who don't have any experience with it. And it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, imagine being yourself, what you know now in the future. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Or it's just like people who might not necessarily agree with time travel
For
are
sure.
thinking of it as like, oh, well, like I feel for that. Like, of course, when you travel in time, but then when you give it to them in the real of like, this is actually about the hardships of immigration, they're like, no, 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 it's about time travel. Like, but it's
Yeah.
not.
But it's not.
And you
And so
said
if
you
you,
agreed.
yeah, and like if you feel for them, then you really might feel for a whole human being. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, also, I feel like even just the idea of someone moving from one culture into the next or one country to the next is kind of its own form of time travel with the
Mm,
differences in cultures, because I feel like there's a lot of countries that are more what we would consider backwards as far as like, you know, gay rights, women's rights, just like how much access to technology you have, how much schooling
hmm
you get. It's like, in theory, a person coming from somewhere like a third world country into a modern day culture, that is almost sort of the same in a way, because it's like,
Yeah,
whoa, I have access to all these new, more progressive ideas, new
yeah,
technologies, whatever. So I could assume that it's similar in that way as well.
yeah. What's just the idea of like going from like all you know is the one thing to all of a
Hmm.
sudden being dropped somewhere else, and you're like, and now what? Like it's just crazy. They made it not like downplayed it, I guess, but yeah, like made it more palatable. It's like, okay, he's learning how to use Spotify and he loves
Hmm.
art and music and now he has it at his fingertips. Like,
Hmm.
and just like the little moments that like for him were like, okay, that's the right form of moving into the future versus the wrong things
Yeah.
that like he kind of interpreted as like, oh wow.
Well, and he had a bridge for it. Like he had someone
Yeah.
guiding him into the current day, to where a lot of people, parents who come here who don't speak any English, who just are by themselves with no money, they don't have somebody guiding them or teaching them
No,
how
it's
to,
crazy.
like, so he almost was at, because she was even in a way like translating for him by teaching him
Yeah.
like, here's the things you say and here's what you don't say, or here's what this word means, because he didn't understand what like hooking up was or whatever. So it's like you have to like, it kind of almost is, again, it's like you feel for him because that's hard, but he had it almost easy because he had
Yeah.
somebody to help him transition,
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah. And because he's a man. Like
Well, yeah, of course. We could talk about that as well.
we can talk about that as well. But I know you have some good quotes, Nikki.
Oh,
We can talk
yeah.
about.
Okay. So, I feel like this whole theme was outlined really clearly in this quote, which I liked. It's a little bit long, but it said the time travel project was the first time in human history that any person had been brought out of their time and into the far future. In this sense, the predicament of the expats was unique, but the rhythms of loss and asylum, exodus and loneliness roll like floods across human history. I'd seen it happen around my own life. So that's basically her just saying, like, technically this is the first time anyone has time traveled, so they're unique
Yeah.
in that way, but also like this same vibe of being extracted from what you know is so common.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
And two, like she kept referencing her parents, like
Hmm.
coming from Cambodia and just like the hardships that they faced and how she I thought it was interesting because like as a daughter, like you are also that bridge. Like you are
Yeah.
the translator. You have to sort out how to get places. Like you have to print out the maps. Like you have to figure it out because like they don't know. So
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because I think one of the things that she says to herself later is like enjoy the time you have with them because it's like for so long you are like the parent in a sense where
Mm.
you are guiding them through the new beginnings and it's exciting and it's joyful but it's also like a grief and loss of like the things that they left behind and now they're having to learn and they feel useless and they don't know how to use an iPad and they don't know X, Y, and Z and it's like she had to be that for her parents,
Mm.
obviously her sister as well, but also is doing it again. And so I think that was interesting because they put her in the position to do that again because from like the organization standpoint, it's like, well, you've already done it because of
Mm.
um your history, like your family history and your family circumstances,
Yeah.
which they always reference as like, well, we saw your what is it, your file about your family. I'm like, okay, go away.
Yeah. She's like, okay, well, and she always talked about how it's like this stuff feels like innately built into her. So she's just
Yeah,
kind of used to it. But that is so true
yeah.
how kids have to end up being kind of the bridge in that situation.
Oh yeah, like I don't remember like I don't know how I applied for college. Like I just figured it out, I think. Like
Yeah.
I just you kind of just do. And I'm
You
like, I
just have
think
to
I
learn.
had a high school counselor, maybe. Like you're
Yeah.
just like, well, this is what you do, and I just figured it out and I wrote my own paper and I didn't like it's just you just do it.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, the other thing that I noticed that was kind of cool, that a way that she connected the two, is Margaret, who I was kind of confused because wasn't her name Maggie or was that a different person?
I think it's Maggie's short for Margaret.
Gotcha. Okay. I was confused. I was like, is this the same
I think.
person or okay. Well, anyway, Margaret, they said at this part, she she basically like was telling a story or something and pulled what the narrator called a modern face that she like
Hmm.
had clearly learned from, like, it was like almost like she was performing stand-up comedy, she said. And she
Yeah.
said that it suggested an instinct for camouflage that I hadn't expected, which I feel like is also, again, for somebody who moves to a new country, it's like your first instinct for survival. And same thing with the expats from the past was like, how do I assimilate and not be picked off because
Yeah.
people can tell I'm other? You know, it's like she
Yeah.
had to kind of immediately learn like how to camouflage herself and be, oh, I'm part of this time period, no problem. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, clearly I look different, so now I need to figure out how to act right and not draw attention to myself, basically.
I think too, and you're so right. I feel like I'm gonna start putting things together as we talk about it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of the same of like mirroring someone, right? Like when you
Mm.
have a kid or when you're somewhere new, for example. Like this is so silly, but this kind of shows the what I'm trying to say. When I first started eating dinner with my boyfriend's family in Europe, you eat with a knife and fork, and you do it, and you use them both. And I had never ate like that, but I just saw everybody doing it, and so I just started to do it. And I like learned how to not leave my fork and my knife because it's backwards. Like I use my knife on this end or my fork on this end, but everything is like
Oh, wait,
yes,
they
your
use their
fork
fork with
on
their
your
right
left,
hand?
your fork on your left, and your knife on your right, and you cut things. You cut,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
then
how I do it with my fork on my left and my knife on my right.
okay, so I never ate like that. I would always just eat with my fork on my this like I just pick my food. We eat the same. But anyway, I was like at dinner and I was like, okay, nobody's putting their knife down and moving the fork to this hand. So then I did like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait, that's funny.
Yeah. And it's kind of like when you're like a kid or when you're someone new, you kind of are watching everybody else. You're like
Hmm.
seeing how everyone does it and then you're kind of also following because you don't want to be called out. You don't want people to be like, oh, she doesn't belong. Or like you don't want
Yeah.
to just be different. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. And it's like the little
Interesting.
things that like I felt like she Margaret's character tried really hard to it seemed like have fun with it, like just kind of go with it. She's
She
like, well,
was
I'm already
so
here, so
funny.
might as well.
Yeah.
And she would go to the club and she would drink and she would do all these
Do all the
things and
dating apps and stuff.
do literally all the dating apps that the main character who had never heard of. Um, but I think it's just that like expediting the okay, I want to feel like this is my home and this is where I belong and that's it.
Mm,
Like I
yeah.
don't want to feel like an outsider.
Yeah, I feel like people probably also handle it differently where it's like, do I want to just put my head down, go to work, go home and live, or do I want to try and be like, okay, like here's me getting into the culture and I'm going to go meet people and make friends and do all the local
Yeah.
things and stuff. It's like everyone handles it kind of differently depending on their
Yeah.
background.
And it's so brave to like just do that. Like it blows my mind.
Totally. Well, especially because she specifically, I know they all had like their version of a language barrier with like the type of English that they spoke, but hers was like really different. I feel like hers was
Yeah.
like it was like this crazy accent she had or something, which also again speaks to it. It's like that provided somewhat of a language barrier because she was like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like
Yeah.
nobody understood each other. So that
Yeah.
was
I
interesting too.
listened to the audiobook for her voice and I couldn't put it to, I thought it was kind of like, and I don't know, it sounded like the movie Brave, like the
Like a sort of
Vikings.
Scottishy
Yeah. But I think
situation.
it was like older than that as well. 'Cause she was from the
Yeah.
16 something.
Right. Right. Crazy.
But
I'm starting to yawn again. Here we
there
go.
you go.
Drink my water.
But I thought it was interesting because like the theme of like race and immigration was really tied to her and Themelia's relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Themelia was black.
Yes.
And it was like I felt bad for Themelia because the main character was being what she thought she needed to be, but
Uh-huh.
by that she was also excluding Themelia.
Yes.
It
Which
was
was
like
really
she was,
interesting.
yeah.
Well,
I thought
because
it was
also,
interesting, and I thought it was like it's hard because I could see why, but I could also see why that is like so the wrong thing to do.
mm-hmm.
But
Well, it was
like
like she
she's
was
just trying to
trying,
survive. But
yeah,
like you can't.
she was trying to be like really politically correct with her
Yeah.
and like almost to the awkward point of where it's like, well, now I don't really know what to say, but also I don't want to be offensive because I mean well, but then like now I
Yeah.
don't know how I'm supposed to. And also I think because the main character was mixed race because her mom
Hmm.
was the Cambodian immigrant and her dad was
Yeah.
white, I think like British. And
Yeah.
so she was other, but she wasn't fully other. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like Samelia was like, oh, I really need to be sensitive around her, but also like
Yeah.
I'm kind of also, a minority, but her
Yeah.
like they had an awkward she was like an awkward, I don't know, like she didn't know how to
Yeah.
act.
But which I find so interesting because I don't know.
See, I found
I
that
don't
very
know what
relatable.
I don't know what to think or like kind of like think about it in my head as except for like the fact that I think it was like almost like 50% of Latinos voted for Trump.
Mm,
And I'm like, what are you doing?
mm-hmm.
Like it's like you're trying to be that, but
Yeah.
they don't actually want you. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what you're doing. It's kind of crazy. And I
Yeah.
think it was just that. And Amelia told her this at the kind of toward the end when she was saying how uh she was just saying like, "Oh, you were so awkward around me. Like you were always tiptoeing around me." I forget what page it was, but it was when she
I have a
basically
quote
had
for
her
this
in the
too
car.
that I didn't put
And
in, of course.
she was like, "You're hiding. It's like you're hiding behind the bully, thinking that they're going to keep you safe, but
Oh,
they're not."
I know exactly what you're talking about now. Hold on. I have a quote for this. Okay, wait.
What I was just saying about Amelia talking about the main character like hiding behind the bully, she says, you let him off the hook, talking about Gore and how she just kind of let everything slide. You let him off the hook again and again. I watched you. He came up through the empire. He believed in it, and you did too. I read your file, the things that happened to your family. That's why you joined up, getting behind the biggest bully in the playground.
Yeah.
Which is like, ugh, it's hard because like it's just hard because like I blame her, but like she's just trying to just keep her
Survive,
family safe.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Oh,
like, oh, that's so frustrating.
okay. I have another quote that I think works for this as well. There's some parts in the beginning. All this whole paragraph is good, but I'll just shorten it a bit. When I look back at myself on the bridge year, I see that I thought I was doing something constructive, escaping exploitation by becoming exceptional. In fact, what I was doing was squeezing my eyes shut and singing la 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 at the gathering darkness, as if the gathering darkness cared that I couldn't see it. So to me,
Yeah.
that's kind of her saying, like, well, they're going to consider me one of them if I'm really good at what I do, and if I'm amazing, and if I'm perfect, and if I do all this. And then if I just close my eyes, I'm not going to notice that everyone thinks I'm different or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, no, like at the end of the day, you're still good, no matter how perfect and amazing you are, which I think can be relatable to a lot of women as well. It's like
Yeah.
women have to work so much harder to be considered exceptional
Yeah.
or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're still the woman, and they're going to pick the man every time over you. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter how
Yeah.
amazing you are. So
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's crazy.
I know. It's that. It's like trying to mark yourself safe. It's
Totally.
like,
Which, like, how could you
ugh.
blame her from trying to do that, you know? But then
I
it's like you're
know.
taking other people down and letting things slide in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Wow. Oh, I love having discussions like this. I feel like this makes things more interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so the other piece within this theme was the idea of like the internally displaced person and like what it means to be displaced within yourself and like within a culture. And I really, really loved this quote where it says, I'd sat with the term internally displaced person until I'd broken it down semantically. I was wrestling with a ghost meaning, a person whose interiority was at odds with their exteriority, who was internally in themselves displaced. I was thinking about my mother who persistently carried her lost homeland, jostling inside her like a basket of vegetables. Which, like, that
That
imagery
imagery
is
is crazy.
so good. Like your homeland jostling inside. Like, how do you come up with that? First of all, exceptional writing. But to me, that kind of was like, you can take the person out of the place, but you can't take the place out of the person, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like, she's, no matter where she goes, like her homeland and what she grew up with and what she knows, like will always be there. And it's
Oh yeah.
almost awkward where it's like it's jostling around inside. It's like, how do I
Yeah.
make this settle? It's always making me feel uneasy. This is what's inside of me, even though outwardly I'm projecting something else. Same
Yeah.
thing with the expats in the book, where it's like, no matter how much they look like a person from now, like they're always going to be the person from the past. It's just that you
Yeah.
may not notice it.
I also I liked what you said there about feeling unsettled because I think that's very true for so many people that come, obviously I'm in the UK, but like come to America, like you do always feel unsettled. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that they talked about when they first brought people through the time machine into the UK was that a few of them died because their DNA was not compatible to this timeline. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like crazy because if you think about it, it's like at some point or another, people have either tried to swim here or come here X, Y, and Z, and they have died. Like a lot of people die trying to find a better life for themselves
Mm-hmm.
when like immigrating to a new country, which is the main reason why people do,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to, build a life for themselves. And I thought it was interesting that they were like the DNA was rejected in this timeline where it's like
Yeah.
their DNA is being rejected as they're just trying to find something good, but also you're bringing them here, you're killing them. Like,
Yeah.
it's like they didn't even choose to come and they died on the route over.
Yeah. But then it
Crazy.
goes back to that moral dilemma as well that they were having of like, well, they would have died in their own time period anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, how immoral is it if somebody who was going to die in their own country tried to come here and died on the way here, or when they got here, they were like,
Sick or whatever,
whatever. Like,
yeah.
it's like, well, what does that mean for them? Like, was it
Yeah.
bad that they were bringing people into the future and letting them die on the way if they were going to die anyway in their time? Like, it's kind of
I
crazy.
know. It is crazy.
Also, I
But
was
yeah,
going to
I
say,
think
oh,
yeah.
sorry, with the thought too of like the whole like the DNA didn't whatever. It also makes me think of, which like again, here we are Thanksgiving week talking about this, which is very timely and interesting. The idea that when colonizers, because I know obviously it's more about like immigrating to a different country, but I feel like they touched a couple of times on like colonialism and whatnot. But the
Yeah.
idea that we brought diseases to people also
Yeah.
feels like that in a way, where it's like the DNA wasn't compatible. Literally, it's like we tried to take over certain
I
places and
know.
brought disease and brought all of this like death
The plague
upon
and everything.
other
Yeah.
people. Yeah, which is like, oh my God.
I know, it's crazy. Um, yeah, I think I was talking to Nikki about this too after I read the book, and I was like, okay, maybe I do like it. It's like the feeling of being displaced, like it's so different. Obviously, I chose to be here and I'm working here and I'm happy to be here, but like it's so it's such a weird feeling, like knowing what's happening back home. And like it was crazy to me. I think what like felt the weirdest and like kind of made me realize it was when the Palisades fires were happening. It's like
Yeah.
everything was happening back home in LA. I love LA. I grew up in LA and I was here and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, should I come back home? It's like, well, what am I gonna freaking do there? But
Mm-hmm.
two, like e- I would wake up every day and it was nighttime there, but all the news was still being like refreshed and we were updating, we were seeing like the fires and I was here and tracking the map and then it was there and it was like, well, everybody that I literally love is in California and I'm here. And it
Mm-hmm.
was so weird to just kind of think of like from a bigger scale, like when a family leaves a country and it's going through X, Y, and Z, and obviously you've left it for whatever reason you might have, but you're building a new life and you want to be happy for that life that you're building, but you are also
You
feel
like
so
left some people
selfish.
behind in a way.
Yeah.
Or it's like
And I'm like,
survivor's guilt almost, probably.
yeah, I think it's a little of that, but I think too with just like everything happening in the US and the administration, it's like so crazy because I'm like, and I went to Vienna and that's so fucked up. Like you kind of are both, and that's what I think she struggles with in her career too. It's like she wants to be better for that reason because her family came here and
Mm-hmm.
her mom sacrificed so much and she is just trying to get a really good job so that they could be proud of her. Like she
Mm-hmm.
literally keeps talking about that. But it's like while doing that, she's also like betraying
Contributing to
everything
the
that,
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool.
It's like, at what point is it okay to get ahead for personal reasons, but also be making things harder for others when you came from
Yeah,
that? That's crazy.
yeah,
I was also going to
crazy.
ask you if you feel this way being a US citizen in the UK. Like, do you feel a sense of like other and being displaced in just culturally in that way?
Literally, yes. Like,
Because it's like
obviously with
sort of
my
a
fork and
similar
my
culture,
knife,
I would
but
say.
like, yeah, it's similar in that you speak English, but like, it's, I think the UK is still struggling. Like I feel like there are so many it's very diverse. Like people always say like the UK is very diverse. Similar to how they say like New York is very diverse, California is very diverse. Like
Mm-hmm.
yes, but there are still people that don't want you here.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
for whatever reason because they have an idea of like the UK is for English people. You know, it's like it's that. But personally I haven't experienced anything because I think the city of London is still is pretty diverse and the people that I work with and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird. Like, and sometimes I forget that I'm even here. That's the whole thing. It's like I forget that I am not in New York, you
Yeah.
know?
It's like you're not from, like, you're not in where you're from.
Yeah.
And that probably is also weird where it's like similar enough, but then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I forgot that I can't
Trippy.
like walk down the street and get Taco Bell or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's similar and I
Yeah.
feel at home here and I have loved ones there, obviously, with like Ben, his family and friends and
Yeah.
stuff. But then it's like, well, it's not my home though.
Which is weird because at what point does it become your home? Like what
Yeah.
like what is the home? Like I guess for me it's like my family in California, but it's like that's also selfish because for Ben it's his family in Dublin. Like
Hmm.
that's hard.
Yeah. And that is crazy too, because I feel like for me, I mean, obviously on a much smaller scale, I moved from Northern California to Southern California for school. And to me, Southern California feels like my home because I've been here for so long now. It's been, what, 15 years since we
Yeah.
started school. So longer probably. Or no, I guess about, what, 13 years, I guess, technically. Anyways,
Yeah.
but it's like, well, technically, what is considered your home? Is it where you've lived the longest? Is it where you lived your adulthood? Is it where you
Yeah.
feel the most at home? You know, because like I
Yeah.
felt pretty at home here quickly in coming to school. So it's kind of like, yeah, same thing. It's like if you guys had decided, okay, we're living here permanently, but you'd only been there for a year. It's like, is that your home now? Or where are you
I
from?
know.
You know, it's weird.
I know it's weird. And too, I think for you maybe because like your parents moved around quite a lot, like when we were in
Yeah.
college. So it's
Yeah.
like your home had to be where you were because they were
That's so
having
true.
fun.
Yeah, because we didn't have a home base. And I think that also contributes to it. If you guys don't know, I'm an only child. And so my parents don't live back up where I grew up near Sacramento. So now I have no ties to that area. So it's like it doesn't, I
Yeah.
never go visit it. I never whatever. Like I still remember it as my childhood, like growing up, but it doesn't feel like home to me. But then same thing,
Yeah.
they live in Arizona now. So that's not my home. You know, like I've only
Yeah.
gone to visit. So this is my home. But then
Yeah.
it's like, if I moved,
I
like, would
know.
that be my new home? I don't know. It's so weird.
I think it's like I don't know, maybe yeah, maybe it is different for you because I'm like for me it's like even when my parents moved to Central Cal, that wasn't our home. Like LA is our home, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I know that's hard. I think it's really just wherever you feel your most like sense of self tied to. Because
Yeah.
I think like you obviously grew up in like Southern California, LA, but then also your early years of adulthood were here. Really?
Yeah.
Like you only really ever lived here until what, 20, your mid 20s, I would say, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like that's your formative years to me. Like my anything above 18 was like my formative years. So
Yeah.
wherever I was for that is where I feel the most connected to.
Yeah. It's crazy, but I loved what like her imagery of like her homeland is jostling inside like a basket of vegetables. Like
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, she had some amazingly poetic writing, I will say. Okay, so that was like the first section technically, but then the next section is also somewhat related because it's more about like coming from an immigrant family and having generational trauma, which I feel like generational
Hmm.
trauma. Have you seen Encanto yet?
Oh, I will look all of you in the eyes and say that I will never in my life see Encanto ever, ever, ever because I don't think I could emotionally recover. Or Coco.
Oh, no, Coco, I won't watch. I saw about half of it with no audio in a nail salon crying. No, Coco, absolutely not. Encanto, to me, is a great portrayal of generational trauma, in which, like, that's obviously
Yeah.
one of the main themes of the movie. It's so good, but I
But
could
it's
see
about
how that would be
it's
quite
about
triggering for
sisters,
you.
isn't it?
Well, it's about like whole families. Yeah,
No.
that's
No.
crazy. I mean,
I refuse.
I
I
think you should
refuse.
watch it, but also I think it might trigger you.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No. I can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Anyways, so I've got a couple quotes here. First one that I thought was interesting was, here's what she said. I felt that human connection shouldn't be professionally managed or that I was somehow qualified for personal pain given a family history of pain. Fear and tragedy wallpapered my life. Again, that imagery. Like, how
Oh,
does
the
she do
wallpapering, like
this? Yeah, like wallpapered
no.
my life. But to me, this was kind of the idea that like a lot of people feel that they should tough it out or not utilize mental health resources. This was what she was saying in regards to like them getting therapy and stuff. And I feel even for myself in some way, like as someone who struggles a lot with anxiety and takes medication for it now, I remember talking to my dad about this because like we have a family history of like mental health disorder and stuff. And it's like for the longest time, you kind of feel like, well, no, I'm just supposed to like tough it out and suffer through it. Like it's kind of cheating or it's like the easy way out to like take something for it. Or like you're weak if you need therapy. Like it's all that kind of idea. Or even the idea of like, maybe I won't be myself if I get help for something like that.
Yeah.
And I would assume that with generational trauma, it's the same thing. Children of immigrants feel like, well, my parents suffered all these atrocities. Like, why should I go to therapy? Like, if they had to suffer through it, you know? And for her, she's like, oh, well, I'm predisposed for handling pain because my family did it and my mom did it.
Yeah. I kind of interpreted it similar, but also maybe slightly different. I think more of like what you had said earlier about like survivor's guilt. I think
Mm,
it's a little bit more for me about that of like it's like the whole thing of like, okay, like it's like this is gonna sound so dumb, but it's like, okay, my parents went through so much, and here I am going to fucking Vienna. Like, why would I do that?
yeah.
Like, why would I
It's like you
I
don't
don't
deserve it
deserve
almost.
all of
Yeah.
this. And I think it's that. And I think too, like her saying like some I was somehow qualified given my family history of pain. Like it's just them like putting herself in a box, but also not wanting to like seem like she put herself in a box because she wants to
Mm,
avoid it at all costs. Like
mm,
she just wants to blend in. And even I don't know if you this is one of your quotes about when she never says what she is. She just lets people assume. And like by
yeah.
default, whatever they choose for her is what she will be.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, guess what I am? Like it's like you're she's not proud of it, you know? She's like trying to hide behind it still. But yeah, in terms of like the generational trauma thing, like I think mental health is very taboo for a lot of families. Like you don't talk about it
Hmm.
and you just go to work and you come back and you provide for your family and you should be grateful that you can at least do that. Like I think
It's like a
it's
cultural thing in that
it's
way as well.
it's a cultural thing in that. And I think it really takes a lot of self-awareness and like to work on yourself to be able to break that, like the generational trauma of it all. Like
Hmm.
um I've seen like memes about like going to therapy to break the generational
Yeah.
trauma of my family, whatever. It's like you kind of have to do it yourself. And I think my sister and I talked a lot about this of like this like kind of like it ends here. Like it ends with us and
Yeah.
we will kind of it's like a clean slate kind of thing because it is something that affects you kind of growing up and
Hmm.
it's just you get through it and it's fine, but like you also feel like you shouldn't have to.
Hmm.
And it's like it's just not fair. Like it's just like, oh, why do I get to do all these things? And you
Which
know.
is crazy because you would think that for the parents, like the entire point of them escaping from one reality into a better one is so that their kids can have those experiences. Where it's like,
I
why would
know,
I?
but it's so hard.
We're right, of course. And I mean, it's because again, it's like that guilt. But then on the parent side, it's like, well, like this is the whole point of me coming here. So it's like if I could do better for you, like you go live your life and like experience and have fun and fall in love and travel and do all these things because I didn't get to do that, you know? So it's like you don't if I had to suffer, it doesn't mean you have to suffer kind of thing. But you
I'm
know,
so
parents are
annoying. I'm gonna
always
cry. Yes, you know, you
oh,
guys
oh.
don't cry babies, so just love me.
No, no, don't you worry. I feel like the other thing I was going to say is like really regardless of any type of pain or trauma, whether it comes from difference of cultures or whatever, I think women have a really unique experience with this with like the way that generational trauma passes between mothers to daughters. Cuz and
Yeah.
I've heard this, I don't know that it's like a scientific thing or whatever, but I think because they say like your mother when she was a child had her eggs in her that made you, you know, like we're born with all our eggs. So like
Oh,
your grandmother
perfect.
carried you, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like,
I've seen that.
yeah.
Or I've heard of
So,
that.
so it's like we're all connected in such a profound way to the women of our family that it's like when your mother
Yeah.
went through trauma, you were there with her in that way.
Oh, yeah.
Like be like she had her eggs, you know, with you. So
Yeah.
I think a
Which
lot
is
of
kind of
women can
sweet, I
relate.
guess. It's like she wasn't alone.
Yeah, it's sweet. And it's but then it's also hard
But
because it's like in a really weird roundabout way, you carry that trauma as well, whether you kind of know it or not. So I think a lot of
yeah.
these things end up when we get older start coming out and being like, whoa, like maybe I did take on some things from her that I didn't realize, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel
Yeah,
like most
no.
women could probably relate to that.
I agree. Also, like I do look exactly like my mother, so
Oh my God. I'm turning into my mother. I'll say that. Like literally
that's
sometimes I
how
do
we all
stuff
end
and I
up
go,
looking like our
oh,
moms.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Sorry, I saw
definitely
your
turned into.
mom's AI generated
Oh
lipstick
my
photo.
God. She's
She's so
so
cute.
funny. You guys, my mom loves Instagram and she loves Facebook. And now my dad is like so into AI. So now my mom's really into AI, or apparently. And she posted this. She goes, I asked Google AI to turn us glam. And it was like a
Yeah.
selfie of her and my dad. And it like gave her lipstick and like smoothed her
It's
skin
so
out.
cute. That's some
She cracks
lipstick
me
my
up.
mom would wear, I'll tell you.
Oh, my mom, she would have loved that. What a funny girl. Moms, they're the best, I will say.
They truly are.
Let's see. The other quote. Oh, this is another one that's like quite a deep, heavy feeling. It says, it was partly the terror that had grown in me alongside my very bones, knowing as I did that I only existed because my mother had outrun almost, in quotes. I don't know at what point you stop feeling the need to run generation by generation when you're born after that. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
they were
that's
talking
kind of like what
about,
you just were
yeah, like the
saying.
idea of, because her mom, like, because I think Cambodia was like a genocide, right? Like what they were going through at that time that she left. We probably should have looked into this, but I would imagine, like, let's say your country is in war or you're going through a genocide or whatever, you escape something very dangerous. Her mom was almost not able to do that. She almost died, So it's like,
Yeah,
the fact that she almost, like, she was so close to
yeah,
not existing because her mom almost didn't exist anymore. It's like, how do you ever stop feeling like you have to be afraid and like run?
yeah,
And that feeling of like, which I imagine is
yeah,
also really difficult to carry.
yeah. I kind of thought it was more of like, yeah, like always being afraid, always trying to like say the right thing, do the right
Mm.
thing, and you're like outrunning like yourself in a way.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to explain. Like you just kind of, yeah, you don't feel like you feel unsettled. Like I think what you said about the vegetable thing, like I think really nailed it. Like you were always just unsettled.
Yeah, like you can never
And
truly
like,
just get to relax because you always, it's like waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of thing.
yeah, like literally that. And it's crazy to me that like some people don't feel like
Yeah,
that.
that is crazy.
But it's probably
Dang.
crazy to you that some people do feel like that. Like it's
Yeah,
just everyone's life is so unique and
yeah.
like so uniquely what you were meant to be and do in this life that it's like it's crazy to think of the alternative, which to them, going back to the book, is like that is what they're getting. It's like they're getting a chance to continue, obviously in a different future, but like they're getting another chance kind of. And I feel like they are being told that they should be grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, well, they're still like displaced. They're still getting used to things. There's so much happening, and I think her job was to be a bridge to that, but then it got very tangled in like their feelings and her own feelings toward everything
Mm-hmm.
to do with that.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's weird. It's a
Wow,
weird
guys,
one.
this is more thinking than I've done in any book or in
We're like,
most of my
yeah,
books. Yeah. That's the other thing that I noticed when I was reading this is it was like I had a weird reaction in the beginning. Well, it was funny because in the first like 5 pages, I was like, whoa, this writing is amazing. I was like noting stuff in the book. I was like, wow, it's really poetic. But then as it started to get like, I really was working hard to think, I was like, oh, well, I just want to go back to my books that are mindless and easy to read, which I feel
yeah,
like it's nice to be forced to read something like this where it's like, I want to still be challenging myself, even though this is
yeah,
not something that I would normally like. Maybe I would have DNF'd it on my own or just
yeah,
kind of picked it up later and, forgotten about it, whatever. Cause it's like, it was work to read. Cause I was like, we were talking about it. I'm like, I don't know what half of these words mean. What are we
yeah.
talking about? So
But
I think
that's so
it's nice
funny
to,
that you say that because that is like, I guess like privilege in a way. It's like,
oh,
oh,
for
when things are
sure.
hard and you don't want to do it anymore and you can just not.
Yeah.
Where like some people have to.
Yeah. No, it literally all ties back to it.
Like
And that's
crazy.
true. I feel like that all the time where I'm like, how is it that I get to just be like, oh, I don't really want to like work today. So I just like don't. It's like
Yeah.
it's so, and it feels so dystopian now, especially with people like really struggling to put even food on the table. It's like,
Yeah.
why am I over here complaining that I can't afford my $8 matcha for the day or whatever. It's like, it's all kind
Yeah.
of, there's all sort of weird levels of guilt, like in society in general.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Oh, guys, we're getting deep today. Just know that.
All 5 of you listening.
I know.
We love
Also,
you.
please, guys, you're more than welcome forever and always, but especially on this episode, to put your input in the comments, because we would love to hear what you think about these things. And if you disagree with us, please feel free to like say your piece. And this is, I feel like this is promoting a really cool discussion. So
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, this, I feel like you'll have some input for this, because the other thing I noticed was between her and Graham, obviously they kind of end up falling in love and like having a whole thing. It was kind of almost like cross-cultural dating, where it's like you're dating someone who's not from where you're from, whether that's in a time period or in a different country or in a different like cultural identity, like dating like a mixed race couple, whether you're both in California or whatever. And I was going to ask you too about that, if you've noticed that a lot with dating someone who grew up in Ireland.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's crazy, because I feel like there are so many layers to just me and my family and so many little things.
Well, because you're a mixed race couple as well, and cross-cultural or like country or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy.
It is crazy. I think that I'm like, how do I explain this? It's hard to explain because it's never felt like a deal breaker. It's always felt like my boyfriend has always been excited to learn about my culture and like learn how to make tamales. Like,
why does that make me emotional?
I think it's the same for me. Like, I feel like we're always excited to be like, okay, and now what? Like, it's crazy. And I think that us coming to London was a good middle ground for us for like a lot of different reasons. But I think this is helping us, like, me to show him with no one else, just show him like what I carry from my culture on my own, not with my parents, not in their home, not with my sister, like not with you guys, but like who I am and like all the things that I do and like the chicken fajita, like all the stuff.
Yeah.
And like he gets to do that too, but it's never been one of those things where I stopped hearing his accent a long time ago, which is I think,
so
crazy
because he has like literally the strongest Irish accent you'll ever hear.
But yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, it's never been.
Well, he hasn't made you feel any type of way about it, which I feel like is what was kind of interesting in this book, is like at the end.
He's literally learning Spanish.
Yeah, so sweet. And the way he'll like say little phrases in Spanish and you're like, Ben.
Yes. He loves it. But no, never has made me feel some type of way. I think I definitely wouldn't be with someone who would ever like belittle my culture or again, I think it's like the being excited about everything that adds another layer of you want to be here. Yeah. Like you're not just here for no reason. Which I thought for them was interesting because he didn't really get a say on where he was gonna be. And so I felt like she was kind of dragging him along, which we've always said it's like we don't want to be that.
Well, and she like I had to have put this in there somewhere. Oh, I have this later, but I'll say it now. At the end, she kind of like really was trying to shape him into the partner that she wanted and like trying to force him to assimilate into the current culture without really accepting his past, which I think is the opposite of what you're experiencing, in where it's like if you are dating someone in a different culture and they sort of try to minimize that or make you like, oh, you know, be more normal or whatever. It's like, that's kind of in a way what she was doing, maybe unintentionally to him. And this whole like little quote kind of broke my heart, but he said, "You had a very clear idea of who I was supposed to be. You've been going hammer and tongs to get me there." And she said, "That's not fair. I made you my life." And he was like, "And in the heat of your obsession, did it occur to you to remember that I'm a person too?" So it's like, it kind of even goes back to like the way some people will like fetishize certain people in a culture where it's like, oh, I just want you because of the XYZ. It's like, well, no, you are you're being with the person and everything that they come with, and you like by trying to change that, that's like fully not
Yeah.
how that should
Or
be.
two, like I think one of the things that like for like the cross international dating that we always agreed on was like I think if we ever move in together, it will be somewhere neutral for both of us. It won't
Yeah.
be where all of your people are. It won't be where all of my people are
Hmm.
because I think it is easy to start to try to make them fit into a surfer SoCal in Newport. Like
Hmm.
it would be easy to be like, oh, like let's go do this and this and this, but here we get to just
Do
figure it
new
out
things.
together, which I
Yeah.
think is was like probably the healthiest thing that we could
Yeah.
have done. Versus same with me, like if I just went into Dublin and inserted myself into his life and his friends and everything, it's like they're really great, but then I'm trying to be something
Hmm.
for everyone else and not figuring things out for ourselves, which I think obviously I love him and I think that we were really thoughtful in how we did that because it
Hmm.
would be so easy to just do that, especially with her as the bridge. Like I would have been the bridge for him.
Yeah.
He would have been the bridge for me. It's like, oh, and my friends. And it's like, well, should be everybody's. And then even when she brought him to meet her friends, it was like
Hmm.
a whole thing.
Hmm.
That she was like watching him and making sure he didn't say anything weird. Like it's like you're kind of that because she's bringing him into her friend group.
Yeah.
Um, but
I feel like a
you
lot of
have to
people
be very
too,
thoughtful.
even like who are listening, could relate on a smaller scale as well, of even just moving in with a partner, where it's like it feels different moving into somebody else's house versus you two move into a new apartment together or like a new
Yeah.
house together. It's like you're either going into that person's space and having to kind of shuffle in and make room and put things there versus you both get to start a new space
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like kind of reminds me of that as well.
I think so too. I think that would be hard to move into someone's already because like I like my things where they are,
Yeah.
but like I put them there next to his things now. It's like it's not like his was there first.
Yeah. I mean, that's what me and Ricky did when we first moved in together. I moved into his apartment. And it was a bit weird because it kind of goes from being like, oh, I'm going to go into your room now versus like, oh, no, this is our room, you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
but he was pretty good about when I moved in. I was like, okay, I'm going to redecorate. I'm going to change the sheets. I'm going to change the comforter. I'm going to change the pillows, like to make it feel more like our space. But it
Yeah.
is weird because it's like they had it all set up already, him and our roommate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey guys, like, how do I insert myself
Yeah.
here into this group? So,
And two, like with the character, the narrator and Gore, like I think he was very from a time where they took things slow, like from a romance
yeah,
perspective. But she was trying
totally.
to teach him, oh, we could just kiss, or like, oh, we could just do that. It's like she said that they would spend hours just making out,
Hmm.
and it's like she that's not what she was used to or her time, and so I think that was also kind of sucky of her on her part, moving things faster than maybe he would have,
Hmm.
respecting his boundaries a little bit. Also, he's older. She was like, you would have fed me for the rest of my life until you decided to tell me that you love me, kind of thing. Um, but I thought it was interesting because throughout the book, she was obsessed with him. Like she was like infatuated with him, and they moved in together so fast. And it's like, how do you not? But then he didn't know anyone else. Like he didn't even get to date anyone else. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that whole thing of she had lived a whole life and he got pulled in and got only moved in with her, and that was it.
And it was like everything was kind of on her terms in a way,
Yeah.
you know? And I feel like, yeah, when it was in the moment, I was kind of like, oh, like this is cute, you know? But then it's like, yeah, it was almost like she not took advantage of him, but like kind of,
But kinda.
you know, where it's like he didn't like, it was like Stockholm syndrome, where it's like your
Yeah,
captor, like you kind of, because it's like he had zero say in any of
I
this.
know.
And came to love her,
It
but
was
she
weird.
was the one, especially because she hid from him the fact that they had the trackers on them and like all of
Yeah,
that. It kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth now thinking about it in hindsight, because it's kind of like, well, whoa, you know?
I know. It was interesting that because at the end of the day, she kept putting her job above everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like will continue to do so, even when the Brigadier, whatever, says like, I think she says like, why do you hate me or why are you trying to kill me? And he goes, well, you don't know who you are Like, you don't know what you become. And
Mm,
she's just like, keeps trying to put herself first, even like, I don't know, it's like supposed to be her job, but she's makes job and pleasure.
yeah.
And then all they do is like stay in the house and food fault. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah. No, I know. And especially
I didn't
because
I
it
didn't
was
really
like,
love the romance of it all.
see, I did in the moment, but now I feel weird about it. Because it's like, even with the like sexy piece, it's like he was always clearly kind of uncomfortable. Like, he was into it, obviously,
Yeah,
but he was always, the way that he was through the entire time, every time he would be like, is this okay? Like, how do you like this? Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
she was like, yeah, he talked the entire time we did stuff. And it's like, well, you can tell that it's because he's feeling odd about it. Like,
Right? I don't
ah,
know. Yeah, I think that whole thing was, I don't know, like, did it try to show us that he was also just trying to make her happy and just kind of go with it and be a little dater guy, or
yeah,
was it, yeah, that like he didn't know what else he could do?
yeah.
I don't know, it was weird.
So weird. The other thing that was kind of interesting about him was kind of like we were saying earlier about, like, even though he was in a totally different time period, he was accepted because he was a man, versus
Ugh.
like Arthur and Maggie both being
Yeah.
gay. Like, that was really different, where it's like, yeah, they're more accepted in current time,
Yeah.
but not really, you know?
Yeah.
But one of the quotes for this was, he was an, okay, now I don't know this word,
Anachronism?
anachronism. He was an anachronism, a puzzle, a piss take, a problem, but he was, above all things, a charming man. In every century, they make themselves at home. Oh my
Ew!
God. In every century, they make themselves at home. Ooh.
Of
And
course they do.
it's like, men get away, like, if you're a good looking man, if you're a charming, handsome man, you get away with so much. But women have to work 100 times harder to be taken seriously. And this even reminds me, and I'm going to bring it up, about Dancing with the Stars. It's like, people will allow a mediocre man to win
Andy.
over somebody who, and granted, I'm filming this before the end of the season. Like, I don't know who won the season, but you know, when Whitney went home, I was really upset about it. It's like, someone who is so qualified for a job, people didn't like her because they thought, oh, she seems a little bit like a mean girl. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
she seems like she said a couple of like kind of weird things. And it's like, so
And her
you're
video, right?
not even just from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, like, reality show, and like whatever. Like, women are just held to such an impossibly high standard, where you can be an excellent like, you could be the best for the job, but if your vibe is off a little bit, it's like, then you're automatically disqualified, whereas like, men aren't held to that same standard, and it just grinds my gears.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Okay, maybe I'm gonna tell you this because this happened yesterday, and like I think it's, you tell me if there's anything wrong with this, okay?
Okay.
There's a video online of this girl who was attacked in the gym doing her workout. It was 10 p.m. She was in the gym, like her a complex gym by herself,
Uh-huh.
and she was attacked by a guy that walked in, and literally in the video, he goes up to her and like tries to like pin her down. Like, whatever he was going to do, she fought him off. I was like, I would have slammed his head on the
Oh,
freaking
I
thing.
think
Anyway,
I've
she
seen
fought him off.
this.
Maybe it's old.
It's
I
like
don't
kind of
know.
old, I think, right?
I don't know. Anyway, and they did a segment on it, and they said this woman tried to fight him. Okay, whatever. And they bring in a Krav Maga expert, and his name is like John Smith or something. And I'm like, why would they bring a male Krav Maga expert talk about self-defense when this lady was just attacked by a man? Like,
Yeah,
to me, that is
what?
just kind of
Like,
so
you couldn't find a
weird.
female like
That's what
self-defense
I
expert?
said.
That is
That's
weird.
what I said. And I'm like, the little things where it's like it was, I don't know who it was, but like they probably just don't think about that. They're like,
No.
oh, sure, like we'll have this Krav Maga expert talk about how to defend yourself from another man. Like,
Yeah.
ew, go away.
Yeah, what? Oh
Isn't that
no.
weird?
It makes me mad. Or it's like the idea of this is like actually so stupid, but it kind of made me feel weird. I saw this meme or like a tweet or something that was like, I never even thought that Dr. Pepper could be a female woman, like a doctor, female doctor.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like when I think
You
Dr. Pepper, I'm like, oh, some guy, Dr. Pepper. That could be Dr. Lady Pepper. Like, what? Where it's like when people say, oh, the doctor will be in soon, it's like you think it's going to be a man. Like,
well, depends where you are. If
I
I'm
mean, yeah.
the gynecologist, I hope it's a girl.
Yeah, true. But like stuff like that.
And every
where,
lifetime I choose a girl doctor.
oh, 1,000%. 1,000% because they're going to take you seriously. But my new thing that I've seen is where it's like, ooh, how can I decenter men for my life? And it's like if anyone said, oh, like my cousin is a doctor, you'd say like, oh, how long did she go to school? Instead of defaulting to he, you default to she in any situation. Or teachers, they're like, oh, if I ever need to call a parent for a question for the kid, a permission slip, whatever, like always the moms have to deal with it. So they'll default call the dad. And it's like, oh, when is your child coming into school? Or what time is their appointment? And the dads are like, oh, I don't know. Like,
yeah, useless.
Useless.
Some of them. No, I hate that. The world is fucking annoying. Anyway, I'm annoyed.
Yeah, no, I'm mad. No, but it's just like, it's even in present day, any century, a white male is going to get along just fine if he has looks and he's got charm. And that's really, really a crazy thing to think about, you know?
No, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
It is actually insane.
It pisses me off.
No, it makes me mad. It's also in any culture really as well. Like anywhere on this earth, if you're a good-looking, well-spoken man, like you're going to be getting ahead easier than the opposite or a woman or a whatever. Like, ugh.
I told you about this, how at like a work presentation, we did like a little battle of the best pitch. And this girl on one of our teams was presenting. And then her team was her male counterparts presenting. And she's talking. Everything she's saying makes perfect sense because she's a genius. And he goes, oh, actually, what she meant to say was, and tell me why everyone knew that this was effed up. I got to catch up with her not too long ago. Kind of recently. And not long ago. And she's like, I knew everyone like clocked that. Like that is so fucking annoying.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
And the way every woman in there probably was like eye rolling,
they were like
far back in their head.
Hear that right? What she meant to say? No. This is what I meant to say.
Yeah, that's actually not what I meant to say. Thanks so much though for that input.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now I'm mad.
Now I'm in a bad mood.
Down here. I want to go upstairs and Ben's gonna be like, hey, darling. I'm like, go away.
Yeah, get away from me. Don't even look at me with those man eyes. I'm on my period. I'm feeling a lot of female rage. I can't be doing this.
Some things just piss me off.
No, I do indeed get pissed off. But see, that's how you know a book's good. Because it really gets us going for stuff. It's like, ooh, this has got us thinking and feeling. I love that you're like fully doing a lip combo. Like, while we're talking.
I hate men.
I hate men. You got your little gloss going. Okay, well, we're pretty much done with themes. But we have questions, unless you want to add anything in.
No, I think one thing that I kind of wanted to touch on was Arthur. Because I think as much as he seemed like a secondary character, I do think that his character still played like a big part in
Arthur.
The main characters, like the way she interacted with other people. I think she's funny because I think they insinuated that Arthur, who was a gay man, liked Graham Gore as well, right? That he was in love with him. And throughout the book, it kind of continues that theme of like very easily was Graham like moving high up on the rankings, and Arthur took up hobbies for himself that he like loved, and he went to the museum and all these things. And it was still that underlying message of like, okay, sure, Graham, a straight white man, accepted, easy peasy. Margaret tried to insert herself. Arthur was struggling a little bit more, where it's like he was brought to the future, where the future is still so shit that he still felt like he couldn't have a family just because he was gay. And when she like has that interaction with him at the museum, she's like, oh, you want kids? And he's kind of like, oh, like classic response kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's like, well,
Like,
yeah, but
yeah, like
what do
duh.
I say to that?
Hello.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought it was interesting that, spoiler alert, the main character, we don't know her name, is the vice secretary Adela or whatever. She's her from the
Mm,
future, and she basically has come back
which
to
was
resolve her
crazy.
issues, to kind of get her in a different trajectory, because the trajectory that they were on led to like a really shitty future, which is why they stole the time machine to kind of bring it all back. Anyway, um, she says that Graham proposes with Arthur's ring, and she's like, "But I like couldn't hold on to it." Did you
I
catch that?
forgot about that. And didn't they name
Yeah,
their
and
kid
I'm like,
Arthur?
and then they named their kid Arthur, and then it's
Whoa.
like, I don't know if it's because Arthur always said he wanted a kid and like he wasn't gonna be able to have one because he like died or whatever, but I thought it was interesting. I wish there would have been a little bit more. Maybe I just didn't catch enough about Arthur, but I did
Yeah.
kind of understand that he was a pretty important character.
Yeah, I wish I would have understood more about his storyline because I feel like I didn't realize it was super important to the story until later.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of rushing through it and whatever and like sort of missed some of that. Um,
Yeah.
but I did find it really interesting how it was like kind of going back to the like men or straight men or accepted everywhere in any time period. It's like, well, being a gay man is more acceptable now. And we've made a lot of strides to make it acceptable now, but it's still not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
so much work to do. So it's like he was like, well, yeah, it's better here, I guess. But then also,
Yeah.
like, yeah, not
Yeah.
really.
It's like not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot that he said through his like body language and the way
Hmm.
that she like um wrote about how he would respond to some people's questions,
Totally.
which I didn't note, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, if anyone has any insight on Arthur, please comment because I feel like I missed some of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. But
Um,
yeah, we could dive into some of the questions.
okay, yeah, few questions. So what were your thoughts on the overall writing style?
Well, you guys know that I almost DNF'd it. 7 chapters in. It was pretty slow. I also was listening to it, which I don't recommend. I think definitely read it and like try to commit. I thought it was pretty dense in all the names that they were throwing out. That kind of confused me. Um, and I didn't like catch at first that it was like an unknown like unknown, a non-named narrator.
Hmm.
But I really liked it. Like I think toward the end, I don't think I like skimmed or anything. I think I like tried to digest as much and tried to like tie it back, but it did take me like a while.
Yeah. I feel like a big thing that people talk about with writing is that the author should show you, not tell you, you know, where it's like
Yeah.
instead of saying she was sad, it's like show us how she was sad kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought this book did a really good job of that, but then I also thought it was almost too vague in certain points where
Yeah.
it's like she'd say something and I'd go, okay, now there's some meaning in here, but I'm not
Yeah.
quite getting it, you know, like, and I think that part of this is like a me problem, but it felt like she was almost speaking in riddles at some point where it's like
Yeah.
it was like a little bit too hard, which I mean, I think partially that's the point is like this is very layered and a lot of people
Hmm.
aren't going to get it because we're not necessarily meant to understand it slash don't understand it. Like for me, I don't relate to a lot of the stuff that was talked about in the book. So it's like I have to work harder to understand as we
Yeah.
should in general with like other people learning
Listen and
how to,
learn.
yeah, listen and learn. Come on, guys. It's not hard to be empathetic towards others. But otherwise though, I thought the like poetic quality was so good. And like some of the
Yeah.
stuff she said, like, okay, funny because like I said in the I was hooked immediately on the first page, and this quote is what sold me immediately. It was like two paragraphs in. It says, as the Arctic wind bites at his hands and feet, his thoughts slip or slop against his skull. They'll be the last thing to freeze over. And it's like, just think about that imagery of like when you're so cold and you're out of it and his brain is just mush in his head. And it's like just
Yeah.
swirling all around, like your thoughts slop in your
Her imagery
skull.
was great.
Great. So I did love that.
Yeah, I loved the wallpaper one.
Ugh.
The vegetable one as well. There was a few other things that she would say. And I actually really liked the style, like when she says that that'll be the last thing to freeze over. It's like introspective, like a little bit retrospective. She's telling us this story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and at the end, she ends the book basically by saying, like, I've told you exactly where you went wrong, so now it's up to you to like course correct and be better from here
Mm-hmm.
on out. Which I think it's was interesting because it's kind of like she's speaking to us directly.
Yeah, that's very true.
Um, so I kind of liked that. It felt like she was talking to herself, but it felt like she was talking to us, like breaking the fourth wall, but like indirectly.
Yeah.
Um, she used a lot of big words, I'll tell you that.
Oof, I wish I was on my Kindle
I,
for this.
I wish I was on my Kindle too, but I liked having the physical book. I didn't mind it, but I do wish I could have looked it up. I think it would have taken me 7 years to read
Yeah.
it with all the words that I had to look up.
That's why I need the Kindle with that
But
automatic dictionary feature.
yeah, but I really loved it, and I'm sad that I almost DNF'd it, but whatever.
You made it through. Okay, something else random that I wanted to talk about is obviously there was a situation where Gore like shot at that guy on the ice, the Inuit guy, and
Yeah,
killed him, and then the wife came and like he talked to the wife. But then at the end,
yeah.
he like addressed that the narrator, like that the girl he was in love with, like had a weak sort of resemblance to the wife, and he was like, "Oh, God gave her to him as a redemption for killing the guy."
That was so.
What was that about?
It was weird because I kind of thought it was freaky that when he killed her husband and then he was like, "Oh, they brought her to me and I forgot to ask like what language she spoke, so I just said I'm sorry for your loss."
Mm.
And she didn't say anything back, but he like talked about how pretty she was and her lips and her eyes, and he's like, "Oh, and something about like my hands replacing her husband's." Like it was weird after he
Weird.
just killed after he just killed her husband, which I thought was interesting. And only because when he was describing Adela or the main character, he also talked about her eyes and her lips. He like kind of kept talking about them and the color of her lips and whatever. And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then at the end when he referenced her again, I thought it was kind of like, did I write this about like I'll love you in every lifetime kind of
No.
thing? Like I don't know, I think I did write this, I forget where. But
Oh, yeah, here like it was kind of
yeah. Oh yeah, but sorry, that was about something else.
oh,
But I think it was that like I'll find you in every
like
lifetime.
that was a
But
reincarnation of her.
it was weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where he was. Like maybe I don't know. Was it her ancestor? Like I don't know.
Yeah, what? Like that's so but Cambodia versus the Arctic, like that's obviously not
Yeah,
her.
no, no,
But
no,
like,
no.
but no, but was that what they were insinuating? Was that it was like a reincarnation of her? That was
I
really
don't
weird.
know. I
The
don't know.
fact that it got
It
brought
was
back up.
weird though.
Maybe if anyone has insight, I just wanted to touch on it to see if you had any thoughts on it because I was so confused about that. I was like, what are
No,
you
I mean I'm a
actually literally
fool.
talking
I
about?
didn't have any.
And how he kept
I'm
calling her
looking.
little cat. I'm like,
Oh
what does that mean? What does this symbolize? Like little cat? Like what are you talking
well,
about?
he said that the lady had cat eyes, didn't he?
The Inuit lady?
Didn't he?
I don't know, but he was confused. I think he was maybe on that hypothermia
I
brain
think
because he
he
was
was.
confused and I was confused. Anyways,
Sorry.
okay, are you ready for the last
I'm like
philosophical
so leaned
question
in.
of the episode? If you could go back in time and tell yourself one thing, what would it be?
Oh yeah, this maybe I will cry again here. You know me.
You want to go first?
They also this was my question that I was like, oh, we should talk about this.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I regret it. I regret it.
I regret it. No. I think, and I say this all the time, and you guys know that we kid, but like not always. Like I think I would definitely tell myself to just be kinder.
Mm,
I think kind is the right word. Maybe not necessarily like nice.
hmm
Um, because I think I wish I could do that now. Like
mm.
it's just, oh my God, I'm so annoying.
No, it's okay. I feel like it's stuff this is like emotional, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be nice anymore.
You're like, actually, I hate you all. Goodbye. I'm not going to be nice.
Yeah, I think just like if what am I 30? Like sorry,
Yeah.
hello. How am I 30 years old? I think when I was young it's kind of like that survival instinct of like you want to fight against everything and life is unfair and like why. But I think I would definitely just hope that I was more kind to the people that were like nice
Yeah.
and like that abundance mindset. I think for so long you're like working off of like a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
So now in retrospect, like hindsight is 2020, it's like I was so lucky to just even have everything that I did, and I just was angry that at what? Like, sorry girl, like get it together. You had freaking slip-on bands. Like, hello. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
um
I feel like even when we first met, it's like you had more of an instinct to like dig your heels in. And it's like be
yeah.
like, which I mean, both of us are literally so stubborn. So that makes sense. But it's like versus just being like, you know, this doesn't really matter. Like just be chill about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so funny. Like it just also feels like a different person. And I think so many things have like obviously as you live, so many things factor into who you slowly start to become because I feel like I didn't just one day force like, oh, and here I am, hey guys.
Mhm.
It's kind of like slowly but surely every day you become who you are because it's like it's who you actually want to be and not like bitter and angry and just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is that like scarcity versus abundance of like now I'm just so grateful. But I'm like old now.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I realize it now versus, even 20 years from now kind of thing.
Yeah. I will say when that frontal lobe hits, oof, life gets better. You hit
I feel like you're gonna
26,
shock
your
to the
frontal
system.
lobe, yeah, your frontal lobe develops and you're like, wow, welcome to the world. Here I am. I've had a rebirth.
I know.
That's funny.
And it's so funny because like and I just remember this because what I would tell myself is like obviously so much shit has happened, Nikki, like obviously but remember when we started saying positive vibes?
No,
Like if you just
literally.
say it, like
Or
I
peace
feel
and
like
love
it
is what
was
you
just
would
like
say.
daily affirmations, like peace and love, just let it go. Like it's just you kind of just do have to keep reminding yourself, and that is very. Like, I am very lucky that I get to say that now,
Mm.
but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. No, I feel that. And like empathy, kindness. Everybody's dealing with
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Dang.
totally.
Well, unfortunately, my answer was like really actually lame and not emotional at all. Okay, so this is actually here's my answer for real. Whenever I get asked this question of like, oh, if you could go back and change anything or tell yourself one thing or whatever, I'm so in the mindset where like if I'm happy and fully feel fulfilled with my life now and wouldn't change anything about my life now, I feel like I can't go back and redo anything because it's like a butterfly effect and it changes where I'm at.
Yeah,
So it's like there's plenty of things that I wish I would have changed about certain aspects of my life, but if I had done that, it wouldn't have led me to where I'm at now. So for me, it was more simply like a career thing because I was like, if I had taken my career in social media more seriously from the beginning and let myself actually just
yeah,
do it versus like half-ass it or, worry about how it would look or whatever, or like stop doing it because other people were whatever. Like if I had just went for it, I think I would have had much more success than I even have now, which I'm very grateful for.
yeah.
But even with that, it's hard to say because it's like, I don't want anything to be
Yeah.
different. So
I
it's hard.
know.
It's hard to say. But I think the reason that was my first thought as well is because for the most part, I mean, but even then, like because I'm like, well, I can change anything from the time of like when I met Ricky, because then I
Mhm.
will have had him already. I will have had you guys already. Like
Yeah,
anything from then on, I can change. But even if I had started my social media career more, maybe I never would have worked at Enterprise and never would have met him. So I'm like, well, I
I
can't
know.
change it too much. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think COVID really
Yeah.
is where it was. Like if I had really went hard on TikTok during COVID as a business and not just like a fun thing. So that's my PSA to everyone is like, you want to do social
Just do
media, you better
it.
start now because it's
Listen to
never
me,
too
ladies.
late.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just start. But it's like you'll always kick yourself for not doing it earlier, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's what we always talk about when we have our introspective moments, if you guys know. It's that like midnight library book of
Totally.
all the lives you could have lived,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, like you really are just where you're meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously this doesn't apply to this book, but it applies to the idea of like whatever, like wherever you're at, just try to make the best of it because
Mm-hmm.
5, 10 years from now, like those will be the good old days, like
Mm-hmm.
as cheesy as it sounds, or like you'll see like all of the sacrifices that went into just giving you what you had then from yourself, from your
Yeah.
family, like from everyone. And it's like you kind of learn to appreciate it and you wish you could have just done it then. You
Yeah.
like just say thank you, you know?
Yeah. And like learn how to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, you
crazy.
guys.
Oh,
Anyway.
guys. Well, now what would you overall rate this book? Do you have like a feeling of how to rate it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I would give it as much as like I feel like we had such a good conversation. Like I love that. I still think it was very dense for someone like me.
Yeah.
I think I would give it like a 3.5.
Yeah.
Like I don't think for me it was a 4. I think it's like a 5-star worthy book, but I think for me it was yeah,
Yeah.
3.5.
I think 3.5 sounds right because I came into it thinking 3 for this episode. I don't know that it quite was a 4 for me.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not offended at the idea.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm leaning a little more towards 4 is because this is something I would probably recommend to people depending on
Oh
what
yeah.
their vibe is. And I mean, a 3 for me is still a pretty good rating to where I might say like, yeah, read it. Sure.
Yeah.
So I would say for me in my heart, 3.5 for others. And in my brain, 3.5, 4. If that
Yeah.
helps
I
anyone.
think so too. I think it's one of those books where like oh, like I'm like my smart friends, I'll recommend this to them.
Yeah.
I'll call Lindsay.
Yes. No, she would hate this, I fear.
She
But
would.
David would love
I was gonna say.
it. We
But
need to
David would
send it
love
to
it.
David. Yeah. Uh,
Um, yeah, great job, Kayleen. Kayleen Bradley.
amazing. Guys, you'll have to let us know in the comments
Sorry,
what you rate it.
Kaliane Bradley.
Yes. Okay, guys, the time has come to talk about our December book club read. Woo!
Drum roll.
Yeah, this might be a drum roll because maybe you can reveal to us because I will say when we started recording this episode, it was a tie in the book club in the Instagram broadcast channel. So this is about to be like a live announcement of what we're reading next.
The live announcement. This was a tie before we started recording. So Nikki put out the message that you guys all got that said vote. And then it was a tie again with everyone going in and voting.
Yeah.
So
okay, here's my drum roll
break
with my nails.
the tie.
Drum roll, please.
Perfect. Our December book club pick is none other than Good Spirits by B.K. Borison.
Oh my gosh, I have it right here just in case this was the one. Jeez.
I love the cover. I need to buy it. It's so cute.
It's so cute. And I also have the one with the sprayed edges.
Oh my god, lucky bee.
Guys, this will be my first BK Borison book. I'm so excited.
I think you will really like her.
I hope so. This one sounds, I will say, a little bit similar to The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, which I hated. So I'm hoping that this will be the better twin of the two. Let me give you a little synopsis. So BK Borison, Good Spirits, is about the ghost of Christmas past. Okay. So basically it's this guy.
Okay.
The ghost of Christmas past named Nolan. And he's trying to spend the holiday haunting as usual, you know. But then he meets up with this chick, Harriet, who's really sweet. And he's like, oh my God, I like her. And suddenly he's kind of like, well, I might have, want a future with her. Meanwhile, on the flip side, she's like, I don't know why I'm being haunted. I'm always a good person. I'm a people pleaser. Like, I'm really sweet. But then Nolan comes in, the ghost. They're starting to examine her past. They're finding ways that they were connected throughout all of this stuff. And there's a deadline of Christmas Eve approaching when he's, I think, going to go poof because, he's the ghost of Christmas past. And basically it's about, will they find the key to their futures in each other's pasts? Or will they stay in the present, indulging in their unexpected spirited connection? I don't know that
Stuff
I
like
feel like
that
I'm going to think
always,
this is very good, but we're going to give it a go.
yeah, stuff like that always kind of freaks me out because it's like one of them has to either die or one of them has to come back to life.
Yeah, if I better not have any ghost smut, I'll be mad. So just know that.
Oh, I will be so disturbed if that's a thing. That's not a thing in your other book.
Oh my God. In my other book, it was like he was a ghost. But here's the thing, in Phantasma, with her and the ghost, she can touch him because he's a phantom and she can touch phantoms. So they can have normal smut. In the other book, in the Dead Romantics, they couldn't touch. So it was like weird, ghostly smut scenes with personal pleasuring and weird interactions. And I was out. It was a big fat no for me.
That's kind of crazy.
So we're going to see. If you guys want to read along with us, please, please, please do. This is going to be a fun Christmas extravaganza. We will have our links down below in the description to Fable or like our Instagrams. You can find us if you need to DM us for the Fable link, whatever. You can read along with us on Fable. It's called the Last Page Book Club on Fable. And this is going to be a fun one.
One thing I want to say about Fable is someone messaged us and it was like, hey girls, like your Fable link is not working. And I said, immediately firing the IT department. I did fire them. Don't you worry. All
and
the
who's
Fable
the
links
IT
work
department?
Again. Yeah, you don't know them because I manage them. IT department,
right.
The Fable link wasn't
They
working.
fall under your jurisdiction.
They fall under my jurisdiction, correct.
Right.
So IT department fired, Fable back up.
Good. Okay, we're rocking and rolling. Fabulous. Yeah, guys, thank you for sticking around with us for such an incredibly long and emotional episode. I feel like we had a good discussion. I feel good about it. I hope you all feel good about it. I
feel great about it.
And can't wait for next month. It's going to be a good one.
I can't wait. We'll be in person.
I forgot. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Which hopefully we can get our audios right and tight and it's going to be fabulous.
Yeah. Let's hope this one works as well.
Fingers crossed. I'm feeling good about it.
Me too. Okay. Bye, everybody. I love you.
Bye. Love you.